Welcome back, guys, and apologies. I've been absent. Life got really busy. We are still on the journey. We have still been ticking every single box every day. And if you ever doubted that we weren't, you clearly do not know me well enough yet. We've been doing our steps. We've been tracking our macros. We've been hitting our training sessions, and still been posing and checking in. I've just not got round to making these videos a couple of times, so I do apologise for that. But we're back at it now. So it's actually week 22, 5th of the 6th, 2021. And the current body weight, as I'm recording this and talking over this now, is 171. However, in this week here, in this check-in, I was about 173. And you can see the average of the week here really didn't change, and we'll have a look. I've got an update on the body weight graph as well, so we can have a little look at that. But we can see that the high from this week was actually 178, which is phenomenal. To think that within a couple of days I gained and then lost 6 pounds, and it just shows us how we can't just look at the body weight, just look at scales. If you don't want to see this check-in, but you want to see some slightly better footage, Coach Andy, when I trained with him the other day, I got some footage pre-workout, so no pump, nice and flat still. I'll put a timestamp on to link to that because the quality of the video there is a lot better. But other than that, throughout the weeks, everything's been going pretty well. Update, I went through a deload phase as we had been loading up for a long time, and then now this allows me to load up for about another 7 weeks, going straight into the show, or the first show at least. So for the deload, still trained the same frequency. However, volume and intensity took a bit of a hit. So the volume of the sessions was down to 50%. So instead of doing a set of 10 to 12, I was doing a set of 5 to 6. And instead of using 100 kg, I'd use 90 kg. So volume was down to 50% and intensity was down to 90%. And it felt hard to still go in and still train with intensity, train with intention, because you know that you're not really going to be causing a huge amount of adaptations or even burning a huge amount of calories. But I think that's part of the process, knowing that you're then going to come back a little stronger from that. So in a second or two, we'll just finish up this. Again, posing, still need to do more. I'll always want to do more, but we'll finish that up, and we're now going to go into the body weight graph. As you can see, I've had a few spikes. The obvious spike being this week, going from 178, and I did actually weigh myself twice on that because I was like, no, surely not 178. That's crazy. But it was indeed true, and you can see we did plateau a little bit, or have a little move. So the orange line over the top, I've got a little bit geeky and done a 7-day moving average just so we can sort of see. I think it's quite nice to see, and it smooths it out, and you can see that we've had a little drop off again as we speak, and that's because calories have been taken down to 2,400 on weekdays, and weekends the refeeds are still in. However, they're now 3,000 calories each day instead of 3,100. So this week and the week after, I'm expecting some nice movement on the scales probably, and we're still keeping steps 12 to 15,000 a day, although quite often I'm hitting that 15,000 with work being very busy lately. So talking about the increase and then the big decrease in body weight, one, it was coming off a refeed, so I'd eaten more food. However, looking back at it, food quality wasn't there. So fiber, I think, was crazy low over that weekend, and I think I'll blame it to being busy and at my laptop a lot. I couldn't be bothered to cook and prep, so it wasn't overly bad food. Still, I probably still hit my 5 a day, but compared to my midweek diet, it was poor. So being open and honest, that bunged me up, and I didn't pass a bowel movement for I think 4 or 5 days. Obviously I'm still fueling up, still consuming calories, my body weight is of course going to increase. And then I'm guessing you can understand where that big drop came from. There was a big drop in all senses of the meaning. So that came, and then we bounced back up a tiny bit, and we're sort of, I don't want to say plateaued out again, because hopefully we're going to be back into a downward trend. However, I've said it before, I have been tracking my bowel movements, and I do think it's something that's probably vital, because otherwise you will end up stressing and potentially over restricting yourself, which in turn could make the situation even worse if you're over restricting because you're not losing weight and the calories you're cutting have been from fibrous fruit and veg. Then it's going to be even worse. Also, there's been an increase in temperature. The sun has come out to play, so dehydration probably played a part. So I've made sure that I am increasing that and tracking that a little more too. So loads of factors that you can easily forget about will affect our body weight, will affect how we are and how we're moving, how we're looking, how we're feeling. So all in all, I'm still feeling fairly good. Obviously at the end of the day, come 10 p.m. when I'm closing down the gym, I am feeling tired, but I mean anyone doing 14, 12, 16 hour days within that range is going to feel tired. So when you add in 24, 25 weeks of dieting on top of that, and the lowest body weight I've been in probably 4 or 5 years now, I'd say, that's going to play a part. So all in all, really happy. I appreciate you all checking in. As always, like, share, subscribe, and bear with us. I'll stop this little recording, and then I'm going to add on some recording, some footage from pre-workout posing, and bang, look at that. The change in lighting from here compared to how I do my normal check-ins is night and day, really, let's be honest. So through these next couple of minutes, I think you'll be able to see that my physique is a little bit more impressive than the check-in videos potentially show. However, there's still a lot of work to be done, and since I've shown this to a couple of people, I've managed to tweak a couple of poses, and I think I am looking better. One thing that I should mention is I have been getting some spots across my upper back, and wearing a vest in the gym, I am a little bit self-conscious about that. And probably people think, oh, look at this dick getting topless, posing, putting topless pictures of himself and rolling his shorts up. He's so arrogant, so cocky and confident. And I think that's one thing that within this industry, we all have our own insecurities. So fuck them if that's what they want to think. Basically, that's what I don't really know what I'm trying to say about. Just say that we are all human, we have our insecurities. So I know what it's down to. I think because I am walking a hell of a lot more, and quite often when I go for my walks, I'll make it to go to town. How I've said, I find the easiest way to get my steps in is walk to town to buy one item or two items. So I don't do one big weekly shop. I'm there and back often. I will always have my backpack on me. I'll always have a jumper or a jumper and coat to keep me warm. However, I'll be sweating, and I think that is just where a lot of the sweat from my backpack is making me have a little bit of a spottier back. So there's been a minute of me talking about a spotty back, which is lovely. Yeah. But yeah, so sort of delts here are coming in. Hamstrings, not from the back when I do this shot, but from the side, are looking quite gnarly, quite nice. I honestly do think that's from my knee operations. How when they sliced and diced my knees, they repair them with a bit of hamstring, and when I go into a side shot and flex my hamstrings, you can see like there's a lump missing, but it makes them look a little bit shredded, a little bit leaner. When so if you have a look now, it looks like I've got quite a big nice hamstring sweep when I tuck my knee in and remember to do that. There we go. However, realistically, that could just be the knee operation. But hey, that's part and parcel of it. I'm pretty happy with these side shots. It's the front shots here that I know I need to work on. I need to work on a lot of it. But anyway, I thought it'd be nice to throw in some posing in slightly better lighting, and you can see the physique is coming along. However, we still have, as of this date, 47 days to get better. 47 days of perfection. That's me done. Peace out, guys. Like, share, subscribe.